we'll call the meeting to order. Reading of the district's promise statement, providing an exceptional education where all students are known, valued, and empowered to thrive. So we're not going to go read the...
No.
Okay. Do we have any additional items for the agenda? Okay, if there is none, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Motion made by Laura Size. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Joni Olson. Is there any discussion? If
The
not-
only discussion I would have is that we did change the format a little bit according to a policy. So as we go through, we're going to approve that policy tonight also.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries 5-0. Okay, recognition of visitors and open forum. We have Michael Roy here from the Janesville Journal. And so then, positive recognition. Did we have any?
Resolution.
And then we just have the resolutions.
So then we have, going on to our resolution for accepting donations. We have from the Waseca Area Foundation, $500 to the DARE program for Sheila, being run by Sheila Jewison. Waseca Area Foundation for $3,250 for the Science Department. And Anna Ammerman, Waseca Area Foundation, $1,000 for the JWP Heydays Fun Run. Katie Cahill and Liz Cuevec. All right. So do I have a motion to approve the resolution for accepting donations?
I'll move to approve the donations with many thanks.
Motion by Laura Size. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Tim Elke. Is there any discussion? If hearing none, then being a resolution.
Olson,
Yes.
Cahill,
Yes.
Elke,
Yes.
Bourne,
Yes.
Sice,
Yes.
Dashner.
Yes. Motion carries 6-0. Just looks right.
Yes.
All right, reports and presentations, student representatives report. Goodness, it has been a Monday today.
Sure.
Okay. I would say we have our academics banquet tonight and the choir concert. And another thing that I've noticed is phone policy. It was kind of loosening up a little bit, and then the past couple, like maybe this week, it started to really hammer down again. So they're still keeping up with that. And otherwise, people are very ready for the end of the year, as well as myself. So.
Yeah, people are, they're getting ready to get out of here. They're feeling pretty antsy.
Okay. We did get an update that the mirrors have been installed in the bathrooms. So, all right, wonderful. On to the superintendent report. Because he's busy scribbling notes.
Yeah. So, well, legislative session ended yesterday, so I'll be getting an update tomorrow morning from the Minnesota Rural Education Association on all of the changes and things that we'll have to do. Like our students have already said, that choir concert is tonight at 6, and the academic awards and scholarships at 7:30. It will all be live streamed, so it will be on our Facebook page. And then graduation is Friday night, so we'll make a decision on Thursday to whether it will be out at the football field or in the high school gym based on the weather and the forecasted weather at that time. So, other things that are going on, with, our MCA testing is all complete, so that's good. Adam's back working on getting the outdoor and cameras installed and then finishing up vape detectors. We do have, as far as teaching and learning with the READ Act, we do have 4 staff members that will be trained as trainers for the READ Act. So they're working on getting trained this summer, and then next fall we'll start training our staff. And that has to do with the 24-25 district calendar being updated also. Mentors and mentees is wrapping up for the school year, and then schedules are being completed and adjusted with students these last couple weeks of school. A few other things, buildings and ground wise, we have the steps from the lower parking lot to the upper parking lot. They'll be put in the week of June 3rd. There's a black walnut tree in the back. That's going to be removed the week of June 3rd. And then repairing the broken sidewalk on the south side of the lower parking lot will be repaired during that time also. And the bollards we got for in front of the school are gonna be installed that week. We're still waiting on a date for when the track's gonna be resurfaced. As far as community ed stuff that's happening right now, for summer sack and wraparound, we have 70 kids registered. For Kids Corner next year, we have 56 students registered. 3 of them, and then we have 3 on a waiting list for 3-year-olds. And then there's a number of activities that are gonna be happening this summer, such as swimming lessons, summer baseball and softball camps, a football camp, so different things that are happening. With athletics right now, our softball team got the number 6 seed, so they're playing at home tomorrow, weather permitting, otherwise they'll play Wednesday, if they can't play tomorrow. Baseball got the number 9 seed, they're on the road Wednesday against Blooming Prairie. Golf is finishing up conference on Thursday, and then they'll start section play next week. And then there is subsections track on Thursday of this week, also down in Wells.
Did I get moved to Wells?
Yes, it's no longer at,
Norwood Young America, right?
we got moved to the
No.
south
Oh,
subsection
okay.
instead of the north.
Got it.
Right now, we currently have 3 open positions that we're working on filling. So, and then as far as the high school and elementary, there's just a lot going on these next couple weeks between field trips and track and field days, and working on getting everything finalized for the end of the school year. So, are there any questions for me?
For the track resurfacing, do they have an idea of, like, is that soon, or is that going to be later in the
It'll be
summer?
when they're in the area, but he doesn't know, he hasn't given us a date yet.
And like, how much time do we
It's
have to
3
stay
days.
off of it? 3 days?
Once they put the new surface down, which will take a day, we can be on it that night.
Oh, okay, I was just curious because of the fun run on the 12th of June.
We should be
so-
good still,
Okay.
because it's gonna be later than that.
It'll be after
It'll
June
be
12th?
after that.
Okay,
I'll double check that though, so thank you for bringing that up.
yep.
Any other questions on that? Yeah.
Any changes to how honors are set out for graduation? There's 2 levels again.
Yes, there's levels.
and
2 levels.
Same as it has been in the past.
Same as it has been in the
Okay,
past.
and then are we naming a valedictorian and a salutatorian?
Yes, both.
Okay.
They're both giving a speech at the commencement ceremony on Friday.
What other honor cords or cords are people able to wear?
There's FCCLA, FFA, and if you are an Eagle Scout, you get special for
Does
that.
National Honor Society have one
National
too?
Honor Society, well, those are, National Honor Society They have a medal, don't they?
Was just curious if our current staff made any changes.
Are there anything we might be missing that,
No,
oh, okay.
no.
Okay, any other questions?
The MDE visit.
Yeah, MDE was here Friday. It was interesting, to say the least. They, it was their first visit to a school. So they were here an hour. I wish they would have been here an hour and a half. Essentially, we did a school tour, talked about all of the great things that are happening here, and we talked about the advanced metal sculpture class and everything that they've done. We talked about Bulldog Academy, and then also our Bulldog Cafe. Talked about the facilities and all the improvements and everything, and how much support we get from our communities, along with how great it is to be a K-12 building. So you have that overlap with elementary and high school. It actually turned out perfect, because as we were touring, sixth grade was coming from the kindergarten at that time. So an opportunity for them to overlap then. So it was nice to meet with Darren from MDE, but like I said, he's kind of learning this position also for a new position with MDE in building cultures in school. Anything else, Wendy?
No, that sums it up. It was really nice to have him here. He seemed eager to learn about what we're doing here, and yeah, he had positive things to say and asked a lot of good questions. It was kind of fun to highlight our school and our district.
Good. All right, on to budget information. Enrollment update.
When we look at enrollment, we're up a couple students from where we were last month. Like, we know that this is fluid, constantly moving, so still within our budget when we look down at our ADM for our funding for the school.
And the historical cash balances. Looks like we went up a little bit.
Yep, just different aid payments coming in and things like that. We'll kind of see, in June, we'll see a dip again as we do payoffs. Because all our teachers and paras get paid 24 payments, but we have to book it for the fiscal year. So in June, we'll have 3 months of payments coming out. So it'll look a little drastic, but expected and totally fine.
Any questions on that? Okay, on to committee reports. We had,
Policy
Yep.
committee.
Yep, policy committee.
we met and they, there's been a few policies that we were going to bring to the school board to approve, and then they updated them. So then we were gonna bring to the school board to approve again, and then they updated them. And so then it was funny, as we were meeting, I happened to look one more time, and they updated them that day, so. So we are still working on getting those updated, to bring them to the school board to approve. So, and,
The one that we did talk about is the, which we'll talk about in 11C, changing the agenda. So that's why everything looks different now. But we can talk about that later. Otherwise, I don't really have anything to add from that meeting.
were there any other committees? On that?
No?
Okay. Alrighty, on to the consent agenda. So are there any clarifying questions on the consent agenda? If not, do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
Motion by Laura Size. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Joni Olson. Is there any discussion? If no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries 6-0. So, number 10, the strategic plan progress.
This is something I'm working on that we'll be going through at future board meetings, but this is a place where we're going to be giving a monthly report on our progress. Right now, I'm working with Sherry Allen and our admin team, writing all of our action steps on how we're going to meet those goals in the future. So that should be done mid-June, so the next meeting, we should have a report with where we are, or the progress we're working on for our strategic plan.
All right. On to old business. You had mentioned it in the superintendent report.
I did that. The concrete steps will begin the week of June 3rd. It'll take them a few days to get that all set up and the concrete poured and finished up. That'll be nice to have done after 6, 7, 8 years of that.
Tim should be happy.
What's that now?
The
I'm
steps will
sorry,
be in-
my thing was screwed up, so I was trying to figure out, it didn't go down, it was hidden behind the concrete
The
steps.
steps will be in.
Well, it's been a little while.
Okay.
Bulldog Academy discussion. This is something that we talked about at our study session about what's our limits on when we offer it, when we don't. We have had another student sign up, so we're at 9 right now. So we'll offer it as planned for next year. One thing everybody asked about was, well, how are these students doing as they progress through school? So I talked to Steph Watts, who's in charge of intervention and our fast testing. She went through and pulled all the data to show that, and it shows that these students are doing well in class if they went through Bulldog Academy, then went on to kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. They're not going through interventions and everything because they did get those foundational skills they needed in the Bulldog Academy. So it is a program that we're seeing is working according to the data we have. Now, we're in our 4th year of it, so the kids that are finishing up 2nd grade that were in Bulldog Academy, none of those students are in any interventions, and they're all at or above benchmark for the 2nd grade level.
So you're planning on keeping that
Keeping that, yep.
for this year and not
Yep.
that other classroom? Okay.
Right.
So are you still thinking about doing a 3rd classroom or just the 2?
It'll be a 3rd. There'll be 3 regular kindergarten classrooms plus Bulldog Academy, just like we have this year.
I mean for 1st, because weren't you going to move?
1st grade, it's 2, right? As of
Okay.
right now, it's
Okay.
2.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, on to the final reading of policy 203.2, the order of the regular school board meeting. Did you want to talk about that at all?
So, as you noticed, we made some changes. So we wrote the promise statement in number 2, so Sherry can read it off right away at the beginning. And then we felt it was important to include our core values and belief statements, not necessarily to read it off at every meeting, but have them there so we all have them visible, everybody can see them, and they're fresh in our minds then. And then we moved the recognition and, well, we added positive recognition, and then the resolution accepting donations was always at the bottom. We moved that up, felt it was important to identify that up front versus at the end of a meeting. So, the positive recognition, I think, we had talked about trying to identify ways to positively recognize people and stuff and not, but we still have to figure out kind of how to do that.
Right.
So we don't forget anybody or miss anything, so.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
things of like, well, one of the things that we should have said was, that the girls track team
Yeah.
went to, True Team
Team
State
State.
and placed ninth.
Yeah.
So congratulations to them. Good job. And so things like that.
The
So-
sculpture got put on the sculpture walk on Saturday.
Yep. That was on Facebook Live, so that's still out there to watch. So that got placed, downtown Mankato. So
yeah.
it's stuff like that, we're gonna have to write down, try and remember, and then obviously rely on you guys too to help us remember some of those things.
And then, as you see in number 10, we added the strategic plan for value areas, so we keep those on our agenda and always up in our, up front there. So we have anything that Jeremy needs to add there, he will. Obviously, some of the stuff we talk about above or below it might also pertain to that, but it's just a good reminder to always go back to our strategic plan and keep that on the forefront of our focus. And then everything else should be the same, so.
Yeah.
I guess any questions, concerns, thoughts about that order?
Okay. If there are none, do I have a motion to approve policy 203.2? So moved. Motion by Joni Olson. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Katie Cahill. Is there any discussion? If no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries 6-0. On to 11D, food service bid opening discussion.
Wendy,
We received 3 bids on Thursday afternoon, and the food service bid people helped me check them over and look at them. We opened them up. We got 3 decent bids. And so we are working through calling some references and completing the state's evaluation form. It assigns point values based on price and different criteria as far as experience and on-site management and different things like that. So we're still collecting some information from references to kind of help complete that evaluation form. But it kind of looks like we have a good option that we will present to you when we've made our decision.
Any questions on that?
Were we considering doing a, meeting of pros and cons about, going on our own versus the
as we work through this, we're figuring out,
The
okay,
committee will?
how
Okay.
are we gonna decide if we're gonna go on our own or go with the food service company?
Okay.
Katie and Tim, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I mean, not really, as far as they're doing some more, like what Wendy said, some more checking with references, just not the ones that they supplied. Just doing some more due diligence on our part, and, once once they get all that done, then we'll, probably meet again and then come to the full board and have a good discussion as far as the pros and cons of which way we would like to proceed. Katie said she would just do all the cooking herself.
I have no complaints, just kidding.
Okay. Any other questions or comments about that? All right, on to new business. So, it looks like you need approval on the roof panels on the south side of the gym.
Yeah, when we talked about when we're gonna redo the roof here in a couple weeks, we're gonna panel where the bricks were so it matches all of it, then we don't have to worry about tuck pointing and anything else in the future. However, when they bid that, they only bid the 3 sides where the roof is actually gonna be, where they're replacing the roof. They didn't bid the 4th side where they're not replacing the roof. However, talking to Wendy, talking to Mike, this is we feel like it's the right time to get this done. They'll order all the same metal, it'll all match up there, everything will be done, at the same time then. So, it is $18,000 to do it. We looked at our budget information and we have money within the budget and the LTFM, to cover this cost.
And so it's the same company that's doing the rest of the work?
Yes.
Okay. Does this now put us over any limit to where we should have went out for bid or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Okay. So do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Kevin Bourne. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Laura Size. Is there any discussion? If no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries 6-0. So it looks like superintendent evaluation. Looks like you're looking,
Yes, so I sent the doodle out. I got replies from all but one person. Everybody could meet on June 24th, except one person. I did reach out to them, and they said they could meet if we met earlier at 4:30. So, just wondering, with everybody else, does 4:30 on June 24th work?
What day of the week is that?
a Tuesday.
Tuesday? No,
Monday, isn't
it's
it?
a Monday.
I was gonna say, I thought it was Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, 24th.
Mhm.
It's a Monday, never mind. Oh my goodness, it's been a Monday.
Should work fine.
Yeah, works for me. I always, my Monday's open.
Mhm. Works for me.
Just a reminder, requesting materials in advance.
Yep.
Yep, you have to, yeah.
Just a quick question on this, though, just what happens if we schedule it and for whatever reason, one of us can't make it, sick, funeral, flat tire, whatever? What, I've never asked this, but I always thought it, because we're supposed to have all board members there. Do we have to reschedule that then again? I guess I've never thought of it, but we're just having a hard time finding a date where everybody can
Right.
be there, so.
I can check with Gary Lee at MSBA,
Okay.
but I think for those unforeseen circumstances, I don't know that there's
Yeah.
a lot we can do about it.
Yeah.
Well, I was just wondering in case we,
Something
you have to try
comes
to
up.
reschedule if somebody can't make it, they don't know until like the last day or the day
Right.
before, it's, so, okay.
Yep.
let's see, 12C, EMC giving us new insurance quote.
So a while back, EMC sent out to all of the schools they were working with that they were going to decline our insurance, or renewal. And then they came back 2 weeks ago and
Yeah.
said, yep, they are going to bid ours. So we've been working with them to get a renewal for, insurance.
Is that like the school's liability insurance and stuff like that?
Property and liability, right?
Okay. 'cause
Yep.
I was like, oh, I
It's
thought we
through-
already had the teacher stuff, or the staff stuff. Okay.
This is
Yeah.
all through Janesville,
Agency.
Insurance Agency. EMC is the company that they work with
Okay.
for it.
So it's the building and all that?
Correct, vehicles,
Okay.
yep, Yeah, and I guess they've tightened up a lot of underwriting. They said this is something that EMC sent out to almost all the schools and governments and cities and counties that they've been working with. And because of the nature of the government, they have to like rescind our renewal or cancel our renewal 60 days prior to the date. So they just sent out letters to everybody and then worked on the underwriting to get us reinstated kind of thing. So fortunately, we take good care of our building and they had no issue picking us back up again. But, you know, for like 3 days, we were waiting for that renewal. It's kind of stressful, but yeah. So I think there's just a few more pieces of some underwriting that they're looking for to finish up the renewal for sure, so, but,
So if they would have dropped us, is there other places that we, and do we actually, I guess, I've never heard of us, do we go for a competitive bid for this?
yeah, yep. And so Sheila and Julie at the agency were ready to help us with that and help make sure that we would get insured and find a good carrier for us. And Julie's been doing a great job of, she went through the whole renewal packet and found that they had listed one of our sheds twice and things like that. So she's doing a great job at
Okay.
keeping everything in line for us, so.
Okay. Any other questions on that? So then approval of changes for the 24-25 district calendar.
So with the way the READ Act is, we need some time for our teachers to have some more staff development within the building, to get all of our training done for next year. It is mainly elementary staff that's being trained, other than special education or any interventionists in the high school. So the high school teachers will have different trainings than the elementary, which is just fine. So what we've done is just added we've taken away 4 student contact days throughout the year and added 4 staff development days through the year. They all fall at the end of a quarter, with the exception of fourth quarter. That one, we just switched 2 days. We switched, February 17th was a staff development day, so now that'll just be a day off. And then April 22nd will now be a staff development day, which was previously a day off. So we still have plenty of days, according to the state, with the hours that we teach here at JWP.
Sorry, no more extra days off of school.
Well, they get 4 extra days off. Or
Oh.
Well,
they get extra days off, the teachers don't.
I was gonna say two, because
Darn it.
What, you don't like that? You want more
Oh, we can
days?
add more school days for you.
Very generous, but
Yeah,
I think.
thank you so much.
All right, any questions on that?
Yeah.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the changes of the 24-25 district calendar?
so moved.
Motion by Laura Size, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Tim Elke. Is there any discussion? If no further discussion, all in favor say aye. Those opposed say nay. Motion carries 6-0. So then we have the resolution relating to the election of school board members. So it's that time of year. Wendy, do you want to talk about this at all, or?
I'll let Annika.
Okay, Annika.
So this is just some filing that we have to do in order to run our elections in the fall. We just, as part of the general election, we have 3 spots to be voted on.
3 4-year spots,
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
All right. So do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve the resolution relating to the election of school board members.
Okay, motion by Laura Size. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Joni Olson. Is there any discussion?
So you said we have 3 4-year terms?
Mhm.
So where it says 1 school board member for a term of 2 years?
Oh, that's in letter A.
Wasn't Tim Burke 2 years?
Oh, scroll all the way back up to the top. It's the very first.
Paragraph A.
I think his was a 2-year, but I think it goes back to a 4-year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know if it was.
That needs to be updated before we vote.
Good catch.
Thanks.
Okay, so then do we have to make?
I can move to approve the resolution relating to the election of school board members with the change to A, that it's 3 school board members for terms of 4 years each.
Okay. And then do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Tim Elke. Is there any further discussion?
So are we amending the motion, or is it a new motion, or?
When it comes to the school board, we don't really have to follow Robert's rules to the order,
Okay,
so we can just kind of start over.
okay,
Yep.
got it?
So is there any discussion? If no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Is this a resolution?
Resolution.
Resolution, never mind. We'll move on to, we'll let Annika do her thing.
Cahill,
Yes.
Elke,
Yes.
Bourne,
Yes,
Olson,
Yes.
Size,
Yes.
Dashner.
Yes. Motion carries 6-0. So then we have the resolution of establishing date for filing affidavits of candidacy. So Annika, you want to talk about this one?
Yep, so this just establishes the dates that affidavits need to be filed by. Filing opens on July 30th and closes on August 13th at 5 o'clock in the district office.
I move to approve the resolution as written.
Okay, motion by Kevin Bourne. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Laura Size. Is there any discussion? If no further discussion,
Elke,
Yes.
Bourne,
Yes,
Dashner,
yes?
Olson,
Yes.
and Cahill,
Yes.
Size.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0. All right, then there's upcoming meetings, June 3rd for the Curriculum and Instruction Committee meeting, June 4th, the Finance and Operations Committee meeting, June 17th is the school board regular meeting, July 15th is the school board regular meeting, and then August 19th is the school board regular meeting. All right.
And then June 24th will be the
June.
superintendent evaluation.
Yep.
June 24th, the superintendent evaluation at 4:30. All right, so then we will adjourn at 6:10. And I had gotten a text that the I have time. I haven't gotten a text